Hey, hi, howdy, hello. Welcome to the Fit and Free Show with Auntie Angel, ZGALA, the Art Angel. That's me. I'm here in the Head Hutt. It's midday-ish. It's kind of beautiful out. And as usual, I'm here to check in with my own body, hopefully encourage you to check in with your own body. Make sure you always follow your own lead. You're welcome and encouraged to take inspiration or motivation from me. But first and foremost, you need to listen to your own body. This is really about developing a healthy relationship with yourself as I practice doing that with myself. So all that said, also here to demonstrate you don't have to brush your hair or put on any special outfit or build yourself a hand-built dome in order to get more in touch with yourself, your own body, develop that healthier relationship with yourself. It just takes consistently showing up and doing the best you can with what you got from where you am. I'm trying to rhyme. I'm still silly, in case you were beginning to wonder or worry. Don't worry. I'm going to come back here and start with a few heavy sighs, a little free arm swinging as I like to. I'm feeling encouraged by the changing seasons. Just letting go of the stresses of yesterday, moving forward with the stresses of today. I encourage you to indulge in a few heavy sighs yourself. If it's been a while, try out a few different ones. If you got a squeaky board, go ahead and see if you can get it to squeak a few times. Make a little noise. I'm going to take a few breaths and just bring my attention into the bottoms of my feet, relaxing the bottoms of the feet, making sure the knees aren't locked, making sure the hips aren't locked and are over the ankles, checking in with the shoulders rolled back and dropped, relaxed over the hips, back of the neck a little bit long so that the ears are over the shoulders. Breathing into the belly. There's a nice breeze coming in out there. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm going to step back into a moderate lunge with the left foot, pulling the hips onto a perpendicular line. Feet relatively parallel, just adjusting as need be. Trying to make sure I can still see those front toes past the front knee, still pulling the hips. It's really where the work, air quotes work, is. I'm going to bring the hands down in front and just bring sharp attention onto the fingertips, rolling the shoulders down and back, still pulling those hips onto the perpendicular line. And then shifting the focus out to the imaginary horizon, what I call soft eyes, noticing that peripheral view, and then back to sharp focus on the fingertips, and shifting back and forth a couple of times, soft eyes, sharp focus. Still pulling those hips, soft eyes, and then sharp focus, checking in again with the shoulders, drop down and back. I think I'm going to shift to the off side, so extending those fingertips with my sharp focus on them. I'm going to shift onto that back toe, closing the hips more. It's a little bit of a feat to keep my sharp attention on those fingertips as best I can. With some flaws there, it's all good. Bringing my attention out to each arm, adjusting as need be to keep from falling over. And I'm gonna keep moving that back foot out onto that back toe, deepening that lunge. Bring the left hand on the inside of the right leg and lift the right hand for an offside twist. Gazing up at those fingertips and bringing that hand around to reach for that opposite thigh, pushing into that back heel, wringing out all the organs. Nice deep twist there. And then unwinding all of that, I'm gonna bring this hand on the outside of that front foot, straighten that front leg, aiming the chin for the toes. Still trying to square those hips a little bit, or back to square. Just enjoying relatively straight front leg, relatively long upper body, over long lower body. I'm going to bring weight onto the hands and bring that front foot back, pushing into downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Asana, pressing down in the heels, pressing back with the hips, pressing down with the heart and chest. Relaxing the belly. Nice long line from the fingertips through the spine, out the tailbone, tipping the tailbone just a little bit toward the back of the head. Still pressing down in those heels and back with the hips. Let's come through a plank position. Maybe pausing there in the plank. Working my way back up to a slow push-up. So I'm going to bend the elbows a little bit and then push back up. And then drop the hips, drop the knees, let go of the feet, lift the chest and eyes. Pressing up through the palms. Stretching up with the chin. Giving the tongue a little stretch. Chin again. Let's tuck the toes under. Lift the hips. Come back into downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Asana. Pressing down in the heels, pressing back with the hips. Just walk the hand or the feet up to the hands, into a forward fold. Just letting gravity do some unwinding there. And bend the knees, swing the arms back. Put those over there. Come into a counter stretch, pushing the hips forward. Lifting the chest and eyes to the sky. And then coming to upright. Back into Tadasana or mountain pose. Checking in that the knees aren't locked. The shoulders are rolled back and dropped. The back of the neck is long. The ears are over the shoulders. And I'm going to step back on the other side, stepping back with the right into that moderate lunge. Adjusting so that I can still see those toes up past the front knee. Pulling those hips onto the perpendicular line, pulling the front hip back, back hip forward, pushing into that back heel. Bringing the hands down for sharp focus on those fingertips. And then soft eyes out at the horizon. Sharp eyes, focusing on the fingers. Soft eyes out at the horizon. Extending those fingertips, maintaining that sharp focus if possible. Finding this tricky. On both sides, bringing that fingertip across the top of the body, maintaining as much focus as I can, and closing the hips, checking in with the alignment, both arms. Adjusting as need be for balance. Nice twist there. I'm going to move that back foot out, coming onto that toe, deepening that lunge as I bring that right hand down on the inside of that left foot. I ran out of room back there, so I'm going to bring that forward and lift the left arm, gazing up at those fingertips. Nice deep twisting lunge to the offside. Bring this hand around to reach for that opposite hip. Gaze out at that back heel if possible. Really giving all those organs a nice internal hug, wringing out. Then unwinding all of that, I'm going to bring this hand on the outside of this front leg and straighten that front leg, pulling forward just enough in that back foot to then push back into that heel, and again squaring the hips, aiming the chin for the toes. Draping the upper body over the lower body. Nice long upper body, nice long lower body. Bringing weight onto both hands. I'm going to bring that front foot back and push again into Adho Mukha Asana, or downward facing dog. Pressing down in those heels, pressing back with the hips. Pressing down with the heart, relaxing the belly. Swing the body forward, come into that plank position. Maybe hold there if that's comfortable. I'm going to practice bending the elbows just a little bit. And then dropping the hips, letting go of the toes, lifting the chin. Stretching the tongue, stretching the chin, letting go of the belly, Pushing up with the palms through the shoulders, lifting the chest. I'm going to swing the lower body back to about a 90-degree angle and slide the hands out into Uttanasana Shishosana, bringing the forehead down to the floor. Stretching the hands out and out, getting a nice stretch through the shoulders, through the chest. Relax in the belly. And walking the hands back. Bringing the hands under the shoulders. Let's do a couple of rounds of cat to cow breathing. Cat, rounding the spine, exhaling. And cow, or Bitilasana, lifting, breathing into the belly. Again, Marjariasana, or cat. Squeezing out the air, rounding the spine. Breathing into the belly and lifting. Coming back to neutral. Let's walk those hands out just about a foot or so and lift the hips, pushing back again into those heels, into the hips. Relax in the belly. Let's walk those feet up again toward the hands. And the knees come into a squat position. Just for good measure, making it through all my daily minimums, other than my headstand, which I've been doing separately. But I did do. Just coming into that squat position, however is comfortable. And then straightening the legs, coming into that forward fold. Whatever degree is comfortable. And maybe one more time. Bending the knees. And straightening the knees. Let's just roll up, pushing from the center of the earth through the bottoms of relaxed feet. Tipping the tailbone first. Checking in with the spine all the way up. Just enjoying a few clap snaps before adding a little bit of free arm swinging at the end. I'd like to remind you, it doesn't have to take a long time. It doesn't have to be any specific way in order to check in with yourself. Give yourself a little bit of extra love today. Check in with your body, because your body is the one thing you can't live without. It's all my unsolicited advice for today. I hope you will remain curious and courageous. I thank you for being you and for letting me be me. I thank you if you like and subscribe. And if you do, then I'll probably be seeing you soon. Ciao for now.